YouTube. Welcome guys, welcome back to another video with your boy T-Raw. And guys, today I'm gonna be reacting to the 21 Savage roast Modern Women. We gonna see what he's talking about, man. I can either side with him, I can't side with him. I'm gonna see what he's talking about. It depends on what he's saying, but we'll get straight into the video. I'm not gonna talk your head off, guys. I love the support you guys give me. Let's get straight into it, man. Let's go.
Tryna drop some fat shit, I might go and pull up in the lamb. I don't do the bragging, but I swear they know just who I am. Addicted to fashion, she told me I'm cool as hell.
Alright, y'all, let's go, man. Let's talk about 21. What he do now, man? What he do now?
What's poppin', y'all? Sir Savage the 21st, who has finally miraculously been able to leave the country and come back, which is crazy, man. Money will get you far. But he came on to suddenly, I don't know when this came up or how this came up, but he decided to give his opinion on R&B. And he decided to say the following. 21 Savage explained why male R&B singers don't make love songs for women like they used to. And he said, "Y'all chicks some O's now. Nobody singing to y'all. Everybody sell cat. Ain't nobody to sing for."
Okay, in a way, he's right, but there's a lot of women that aren't like that. But he just talked about it's a good majority. And I don't know about the selling P part. I don't know. I don't really be into all that, but it's a lot of girls just be moving nowadays, man. That's the trend. And
O's now. Nobody singing to y'all. Everybody sell cat. Ain't nobody to sing for. There are a bunch of different ways we can take this. I think I'm going to start off first with the music side, the profitability side, and then we'll go on to, I guess, the host side or what people are trying to justify. The first side is the music side. Just looking at market trends, right? When was the last hit song that was serenading a chick? If there was any hit song, it was probably maybe like some heartbreak type love song or something like that, which isn't the same as what singing to these chicks like 21 Savage is talking about. Also, 21 Savage is a big R&B fan, so let's not forget that. This dude
those you know has been with me from the start. Y'all know I love R&B. Y'all know I love R&B, so I get where he's coming from.
Himself some 90s R&B. So if we just look at the profitability of it, what R&B stars are there currently, especially male stars? Few and far between. Better chance being like a K-pop artist or a pop star or a really big rapper. So there isn't any incentive for it in that realm. Even like Trey Songz, who was like the last person I can really remember. Like Jacques.
Hey, bro, what happened to Trey Songz? I gotta look up his IG. I'm gonna look it up after this, bro. What happened to him? Is he like still in the US? Like I don't hear nothing from Trey Songz anymore. And he got some bangers too.
Good music. What is he even doing? Daniel Caesar, they came up after him. I think he's doing okay, but there's no R&B superstar that I can think of off the top of my head, especially that's hip-hop adjacent, like we used to have them back in the day, and they just... Ty Dolla $ign, maybe, but I think of Ty Dolla $ign more than just R&B, and I wouldn't even necessarily say Ty Dolla $ign is a superstar.
I mean, if we're doing R&B, we could do Drake. But Drake are all platform. He can, all genres, he can be, popular, so you can't really put him in R&B either.
Ty Dolla $ign selling out arenas by himself without Ye, but don't take that as an indication that I have any less than the utmost respect for Ty Dolla $ign's production and his rapping and his singing. The dude's really talented. So there's that. I don't even think the market wants it, which is number.
Oh, come on, y'all. The commercials, man. The commercials. That's disgusting, but okay.
Is number one. Now we'll get into the other side. The other side of it is, are these chicks all selling cat? Obviously no. But one of the things that someone said is, oh yo, back then it was just the same, you just didn't know about it. It's impossible for things to have been the same back then. I will agree that I think people are looking at the past with rose-tinted glasses in the sense that they believe like it was way better. I just think there was more shame in the culture back then. So a lot of stuff went unnoticed or hidden. Whereas now, I guess these chicks that 21 Savage is referring to, they don't even understand the concept of shame or what they
don't care, bro. And like, it's just a different trend now. Like everybody want to be outside. They don't care about like their image. Now, I don't hustle nobody's flow. Like if you got like an OnlyFans, personally me, I wouldn't let my girl do it. Or like my daughter or nothing like that. But it's just what you're willing to do. I mean, for the money, that girls done got millionaires off OnlyFans. And, do what you do to make your bread. I ain't mad at you. But personally, me, I just feel like how he says less shame in it. But hey, if you do your thing, bro, as long as you making that bread, just depend on what you willing to give up. That's how I feel.
Is shameful, so they're shameless about it, and they're letting you know whether it's on social media or wherever else.
Yeah.
Which world do you want to live in? The past, when you don't know who's lying and you think you're meeting one person and it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and when she's out at night she's doing something else completely and you think it's a whole different person.
Man.
Or in the modern day when it seems like there's more of them but they can't help but tell on themselves on the internet. Now, one thing that I will say for sure 100% is when people are talking about, oh nah, it's the same, there were hookers back then. Yes, there were.
Okay, yeah, I think it's just more now social media. Like we're saying, like it's more broadcasted now. Like, duh. I just feel like back then, less social media, things were done in the dark, like he said. And now everything's just like, you can't go anywhere without being recorded, especially if you're a known person. Like, everything's getting recorded. Everything, like, it's different. It's way different.
Problem with it, quote unquote, was that, hey, there's a high barrier to entry of this job, right? Like, you can't just have something in between or lack of something in between your legs. You would have to risk beating, getting robbed, getting your cat taken, being traumatized, being out walking the streets like a streetwalker. You'd have to have a pimp who would likely, do whatever he did to you, whether it was beating you, maybe you had one that didn't beat you. Either way, it was a rough profession or way to generate money. Now, it's far easier. Now there's what I call them diet hoes, like hoe zeros, no calories or nothing, halfway hoes. They're selling it.
Bro called them halfway hoes. Wait a minute.
They're not selling it in person. So the barrier to entry is so low that there's no danger, really. Some of them even like cover their face and stuff. So they can be on stuff like OF and all these other sites and make money without having to actually interact with anyone in person, which is obviously going to be way more enticing than the danger that came with actual, lot lizards and the like. So yeah, of course, right now there's way more, and there are way more that have attempted it that quit because they couldn't make $1 or they couldn't rub 2 shekels together. Then there were chicks that were like, hey, let me go meet up and sell my body for a night. I don't think I want to.
Yeah, what y'all think, man? What y'all think, bro? I think he's like, it's just social media, man. This doesn't change a lot, and then I don't know, bro. And then the fact that you don't even got to show your face on some of them, like someone just show like right here, so you can't put a face to a name. They're just making money off their body. That's smarter, but it's still like, it's just what you stand for in your head. That's what I would say. It's what you stand for.
There's way more of that right now, and that's something that's undisputable because the internet didn't even really exist the way that it does back then. And to say otherwise is crazy. Now, what 21 Savage is talking about, I gotta somewhat get behind. However, we gotta look at 21 Savage and say if he learned his lesson. He was wifing up, and we will not forget this. He was up there with Amber Rose, who was supporting this type of movement, who was, I wouldn't say she was selling her cat, but, I mean, let's be honest. Well, she was a stripper, so who knows what she was doing.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Amber Rose is tough. I've always thought she was tough. That bald look, she's always been tough, bro. Amber Rose.
On the scenes. But Amber Rose, she was doing that whole slut walk. She had 21 Savage was holding up that I'm a hoe too sign. Man.
No, he didn't. This gotta be Photoshop. Not 21.
Walk, she had 21 Savage was holding up that.
Damn, 21? Fuck, man. Ain't no way. What pussy make you do anything, don't it?
I'm a hoe too sign. Man, that pains me to even like try to recite. The image just pops up in my head.
That's outrageous.
And I'm just looking at him holding it up with 2 hands. And I think she had the megaphone in front of her mouth. Pause. Actually, that's not gay at all. But yeah, she had the megaphone in front of her. And I just, man, that sight, it's kind of like I erased it from my mind and now it's just reappearing all over again. But perhaps that was a lesson that taught him he wanted to change things up. Let's also keep in mind, 21 Savage likely had the majority of his experiences with quote-unquote professionals, not prostitutes, but chicks whose job in life and whose aspiration is to get around rappers, be around rappers, get with rappers, get pregnant by rappers.
It's your environment, bro. Like, that's what he's going to be around, because that's what rappers go. It depends on who he's around. If he's around all the time, that's all he sees, that's what he's going to believe. But, like, there's good women in this world. It's a lot of them, but there's also a lot of what he's saying, like, the fast ones. So, it's like, it just goes either way, but
the above. And
Yeah.
that type of chick is very determined. So it's very rare that rappers will meet or interact with quote unquote like normal chicks. Like when is it even?
Bro, I'm literally saying I'll literally say something, he'll just say it right after me. That's crazy.
Consider that New Year's resolutions are
tired
not
of these
the answer
ads.
for you this year. You need real solutions, and
See what
therapy.
you talk about.
Is it even going to happen? Rappers are always out at night. If a chick, if a regular chick has a job, she's, out during the day. She has to go to sleep at night. Their lifestyle is just diametrically opposed.
Very different. Very different.
It's kind of
They
like
always say you're not gonna meet your wife in the club. That's true. I mean, some instances you might get lucky, but hey.
one is nocturnal and one is alive during the day. How would they even meet? And then would they even be interested in each other? That's another thing. But we will have to go and address the point of rap chicks right now, especially when people say, oh, like Sexy Red, Megan Thee Stallion, this and that. They're influencing chicks in a negative way.
Bro, Sexy Red got such pull on these girls. Hey, I can't. SITs, they got a couple left on me. Bro, my niece almost started singing that one time. Boy, they got some pull, y'all.
Like Glorilla for a bit. I see where they're coming from. Sexy Red has got to be probably maybe the worst that I've ever seen in my entire life. But we can't act like Lil' Kim did not exist, which is like crazy levels. Now, we didn't have rappers like Sexy Red have their tape leaked on the internet, which some people are alleging she purposely leaked it, which I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say she didn't do that. Otherwise, I think she would have tried to monetize it. But Lil' Kim was going crazy. She had those interludes on her song. And you got to keep in mind, this is another time too. This is almost 30 years ago.
She looks scary, bro. Oh, Lil' Kim's good now, bro. She went through a lot. I remember that, but hope she's doing better. Why her hair like that?
Yeah, this is like.
I'm not talking about her bad way because she went through a lot, but it's just like, why they got her hair like that? She can't fix that.
30 years ago that Lil' Kim was doing this. So think about how much more degenerate it was perceived to be at that time. And she was like the most poppin' female rapper. So I don't think that's the case that there are worse influences now. I just think that there are so many more influences that it outweighs the one. Like, for example, if your kid is like looking up to Lil' Kim or something, maybe that's just one or two female rappers that are like that, or influencers or famous people. And you can be like, no, they're crazy. Here, look at this one.
Yeah.
But in the modern day, there's probably so many of them that you can't combat all of them.
Bro, it's the influence, bro. Social media, they got girls want to get red hair. It just, I don't know, bro. It could be very bad in the future for us, man. So just find you a good one, fellas. If your fellas watching this, find you a good one. Settle down.
Like death by 1,000
Go
cuts.
get ugly
So
out
I think
here.
21 Savage is, maybe he's partially right. I don't necessarily agree with him all the way. I think it's probably monetarily is the reason why a lot of these R&B artists aren't that popular, and the demand isn't really there. And you could make the argument that the demand isn't really there because dudes aren't willing to consume that, and maybe chicks don't even want to hear that. But I don't know why the demand isn't there. I can't tell you for sure. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Like and subscribe. And
What y'all think, bro? I think it's just because the trend of music right now is be outside. Fuck them niggas. Woo, woo, you know what I'm saying? And then guys gonna say, all these girls, hoes. Like, it's just a whole bunch of just hate going back and forth. But, like, I don't know, bro. It's weird. It's a weird time, y'all. But hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. I'm going to cut it off there. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But as I always say that in my videos, guys, stay you. Always, always, always to your nation. Stay you, guys. Peace.